Today I'm going to be reviewing this Dorman thermostat housing that I recently purchased online for my minivan. So my minivan was actually not keeping the proper temperature, so it was actually staying cool. Even when fully heated up after running for a bit, it was still only stayed about a quarter. So this is going to be relatively easy to replace on our minivan. So I'm going to open this up, show you what it's going to look like, and then I'll also show you on the vehicle where exactly it goes. So I actually got sidetracked and got the old one popped off. So this is what the new one and the old one are both going to look exactly alike. This is what the old one looks like that was not working properly. But let me show you on the vehicle where exactly this goes. It's quite literally just two bolts. One thing you will need to make sure is that you get this little ring off of the block. So this one actually stuck onto there on the vehicle. So you actually do need to make sure it comes off so that way you don't have like two seals and then it won't seal properly. It's quite literally just going to be a bolt there and a bolt there, and it actually just goes right onto there. So you're just going to disconnect the radiator hose, and then you're going to remove those bolts. And then once that is done, then you put the new one on and then put the hose back on, put the two bolts back in, and you're done. Let me show you where on the engine it's actually going to be at. This is underneath the engine of our Chrysler Town & Country, and this is the part that we ordered it from, and you can see right there, that's going to be the replacement part. So that's the brand new one. So quite literally, there's just a clamp here that you really just have to kind of pull off. What we found was the easiest way to do this was to remove the two bolts. So again, you're just going to have two bolts on here, one up here at the top and then the other one down here towards the bottom. It's going to be the easiest way to do that is just to get like a little ratchet or something like that. If you have that, that'll work the best for that. And then once you have that disconnected, then it just pulls right up, and then it's easier to get at the clamp. If you try and get to the clamp first, it is going to be a little bit more difficult. So just something to keep in mind. But that's exactly where the part goes, and it's just right there. So you can just reach it right from the top of the engine, and it's relatively easy to do. You can take off this part here if you want to. Totally up to you. We chose not to. We just kind of reached down and around, or I just reached down and around and got into here. I did get some help from my wife, just kind of feeling exactly where the bolts are, but it's quite literally, the one is on the underside. So right here where my finger's at, it's just right under there. And the other bolt is just right there. So super easy to get to. You will leak some fluid, so you'll want to make sure to get something to catch it on the ground. So you'll leak some antifreeze and then just fill it up here and then run it for a bit. And then make sure that you're good on there to put some in. I think we lost, we ended up losing into the container probably like half a gallon, something like that. So it wasn't too terribly much, but you definitely won't just want to like let it leak onto the ground or whatever. So make sure you get like a pan of some sort or something that you can let it drain into to get it cleaned up. But super easy to change out. And once we got the replace, the temperature works great. So super easy to do. And it's like the housing and the actual thermostat all in one piece.